I think I need to start this video off with disclaimer. This is a very natural foundation, completely different than what I thought I was getting myself into today. Hey guys, welcome back and happy new year. This is my first beauty video of 2018 and I thought that I would start it off with what I love doing the most, and that is a first impression video of a new foundation. I'm going to be reviewing the new NARS Velvet Matte Foundation Stick. I say that this is new, but it's been out for a few months. I've actually owned mine since November, I think, or whenever the Sephora VIB sale was. I picked mine up then and I haven't tried it yet. So today is the day. If you want to see a full demo of this and all the details on this foundation, keep on watching. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. I post new videos here every Friday, and turn on that bell notification so you don't miss any of them and you're always notified on when I post. All right. Let's do it. I'm going to jump right into the details and talk about exactly what this foundation is. It is a one-of-a-kind versatile matte foundation stick with a unique touch-up blender for all-over coverage or touch-ups on the go. So it has this little sponge on one end right there. And I didn't even know it came with the sponge until I'd already bought it. I brought it home, I started reading on it, and it's supposed to be detachable. Yes, it is, for your touch-ups on the go and if you want to wash it. So yeah, I thought that was kind of unique. It is something different than any of the foundations I currently have. So you have the sponge on one end, foundation on the other. And what it's supposed to do is have a soft matte finish, creamy blendable texture, build to a medium coverage, and glide and blend effortlessly. It's also supposed to be good for all skin types. The cost of this is $55 Canadian, and if you're in the US, $45. And it comes in 20 different shades, and the one that I have is Punjab. I'm gonna apply some product in the center of the face and then blend outwards. And that goes on really easy, super smooth. And I'm gonna use the sponge now. And I wasn't really quite sure how to use a sponge, to be honest. I was reading on it. I watched one of the NARS videos that they had on their channel, and their senior artist did use the sponge to apply it, so I'm gonna do that. I'd say the first layer just quickly evened out the skin tone, got rid of some of the redness, but I'm not seeing as much coverage as I thought I would with the first layer, so I'm gonna do one more and see if we can build this up to what I consider a medium coverage. So you can see on the chin where I have most of my blemishes and a lot of redness, the line right here, so you can see it covered up. I wouldn't say it fully covered up with 2 layers, but it definitely brought the area down, like all that redness that you're seeing. Now I'm gonna apply some product to the other side of the face, and then I think I'm gonna use a brush on this side and see if it's better or the same or worse. And I'm gonna try the same technique with stippling, because in that NARS video I watched, the artist was stippling the foundation on, and that's usually what you do if you want to build up coverage. It does apply super smoothly, I will give it that. It just glides onto your skin like nothing, like butter. And what do you guys think about the color? I think I'm happy with it because it's blending pretty well into my neck, and it's been a long time since I found a foundation that matches that well, so I'm pretty happy about that. Coverage wise, I think the side with the brush more or less looks the same as the side that I used that sponge. And I think that's about as much coverage as we're gonna get, because I don't want to apply any more because it's already starting to feel greasy on the skin. Like you can tell it has not set on the skin yet, because if I do this, can you see the fingerprint? It just moves it around, which means it's just sitting on top of the skin. And if I apply any more product, it's just going to be a mess. And you can see on the eyelids, it's creasing like crazy. And it's doing a lot of creasing around the nose. I'm gonna give you guys the money shot right here. Boom, look at that. I just feel so surprised because it's just not what I was expecting at all. I picture, like, when I think of cream foundation stick, I think of more coverage than what I'm seeing right now. And I didn't think it was going to crease this much with more of a soft matte finish, but I think what I got to do is get some powder on here. So I'm going to do a little concealer under the eyes and then set everything really well with powder. Powder I'm going to use to set the face is from Kiss. It's the loose translucent setting powder. And I'm going to go and set this super well because I want to make sure that in a few hours I still have product on my face. I don't want it to separate. All right, I'm back. I got my full face on. That was a struggle. I think I need to start this video off with disclaimer. This is a very natural foundation, completely different than what I thought I was getting myself into today. Where do I begin? Let's talk about my bronzer, my blush. When I applied those products, I felt like I took off a lot of the product underneath, like the foundation. Either it moved or it really is just supernatural, but I noticed a little bit more coverage before I applied bronzer for sure. And now at this point, I feel like you can see every freckle that is on my face, like all the ones on my cheek, if you get up real close, the ones on my nose, and the blemishes on my chin are noticeable. Like I wasn't able to fully conceal those how I'd like, and I've noticed that they've started to kind of even pop through even more since the time that I've set them. I just went like this and I noticed all the creasing around my nose. Look at that creasing. No matter how much powder I use, how much blending, tapping in, it will not go away. So I don't really know what to do about that. I'm just gonna let it be. On the other side, I noticed that on my forehead it looks super smooth. It's not drawing a lot of attention to pores. It's not doing any creasing up here. It's not drawing too much attention to the expression lines around my mouth. So it's so weird that it's creasing so much around my nose, and I've applied a lot of powder. With that said, it's 9:15, so I'm about 15 minutes short of 9 hours. I've been wearing this foundation all day without any touch-ups, and you can definitely see the oils on my face. I kind of want to touch it up with powder, but I also kind of want to like do this. Oh yeah. Hopefully you can see that swipe that I just did to show you that the foundation just like wanted to move on my face all day. And I have a lot of creasing going on in the expression lines right here around my mouth, a lot around the nose, and just like some goop around here that it just needed to be like, ugh. And I have a lot of separation on my chin, like a majority of it wore off, so the coverage just didn't last for me, and honestly I felt pretty greasy all day. And so for anybody with more of an oilier combination skin type, I probably wouldn't recommend this to you. Now if you have more of a dry skin type, I think that you could definitely give this a try, and because of like the rich texture of the foundation, it might just really work well for you. Coverage wise, it says it's supposed to be medium. I found for me it was more in between a light and medium coverage, and I think the biggest reason for that is because it never fully set in place. So normally when I am building up coverage, it'll start to dry down and start to kind of set on its own, so then you're actually able to build up the coverage and see more coverage, but I wasn't able to do that. So I think that's why it just became so sheer as I applied the rest of my makeup. I do think this is something I want to try again, but the only way it's going to work for me, I think, is if I use a mattifying primer just to kind of give it something to stick to, like some type of grit, so it's not slipping all over my face, and also something to help with the oils from the foundation. So I'll keep you guys posted if that works. Follow my Instagram stories. My username is TrinaDuhra. I'll try and update you in the next week or so. If you want to see more of my foundation first impressions, I will leave a link to my playlist down below, so make sure to check that out. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I'm here every Friday, so make sure to come back next week so you don't miss my new video. And if you want to check up on what I'm doing when I'm not filming these beauty videos, check out my vlog channel. I will put a box right here that will take you over to Life with Trina. I have a ton of new videos over there for you to check out, as well as a really big one that I posted here on this channel last week. It's my wedding video. So if you haven't checked it out, click this box, watch it, get some tissues, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!